Is this the beginning or the end of the stream? This is, in fact, the beginning. Time for us to start. Okay, so I think the only thing you really need to know is this is basically Banished 2.0 for all intents and purposes until we get a Banished 2.0, which may or may not live up to this game at this point. From what I've been told, this game is a better Banished. I reserve the right to disagree with that claim. Again, Banished was one of my favourite comfy games to play in the kind of colony management genre, but there were many things that that could be done better, that were done better in certain mods, so it's going to be interesting to see where this game goes. We've got Pioneer, starting resources, hunting and wildlife, hostile forces, healthcare adversity, Trailblazer, middle of the road, and then Vanquisher. Starting resources, hunting and wildlife, hostile forces, healthcare adversity. We'll go with Trailblazer. I don't see any reason to go worse than that. Let's go with a large map, though. Wow! We're not going to be going in pacifist mode. Pacifist disables raiding parties, invading armies, and aggressive animals like wolves and bears. Where's the fun? But that is there if you fancy it. We've got map type, arid highlands, hard environment difficulty. Alpine valleys, northern mountain valleys, thick with conifer forests and interspersed with lakes and occasional meadows. Medium difficult, lowland lakes, an idyllic setting of dense forests, lush meadows and lakes teeming with fish. Easy environment difficulty. Plains, expansive plainland with fertile meadows, dry grassland and brush, but few forests and lower mineral resources. Medium difficulty, or random. We've also got advanced settings. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. So it's kept the three kind of tier system, Pioneer, Trailblazer, and Vanquisher, but now it allows you to apply it to different areas. So extra resources, maladies, wildlife, and raiders. So, for example, if you wanted the difficulty of the wildlife and stuff, you could go on to your Pioneer for raids. But you wanted the extra resource, you could have Pioneer there, but you wanted a rough survival game, you could maybe have Vanquisher for maladies and wildlife. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. I really like that. Alpine Valley sounds lovely. Well, then, since Belial likes the sound of Alpine Valleys, that's the one we're going to go for. Dunk. I mean, in real life. It's too late now. But yeah, I like that system. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, so a name. New Arcovia. Rocky Waste. Glomebridge. That actually sounds cool. Kingsport. Kingsport, rather. Elysium. Farmington. That's rather on the nose. But it looks like chat wants Grundlewood. We'll go with Grundlewood. It just works, chat. Alright, let's find out what there is to find out about this game. It's time. Well, at least there'll be plenty of wood for all the crosses in the graveyard. Fair.
Life can be harsh everywhere. But in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave. That we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. But this wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start as the masters of our own destiny.
Yeah. Welcome to Farthest Frontier, everyone. Thank you very much for the 82 months. Yes, my lord, that's a long time. Mangled pork. Head snaps around at the sound of a Lancashire accent. Though it probably wouldn't be enunciated as Lancashire. It would be Lancashire. There's a Lancashire accent. I mean, was it Grundlewood in Beowulf? I know it's Grendel. Was it Grendel? Oh my lord, I haven't. It's been a long while since I've read that particular saga. It is Grendel. Thank you. I was doubting myself, chat, so much. Don't make me do that. I kind of pride myself on the fact that I paid attention to Mrs. Shakespeare in classical studies. Don't make me doubt. Don't make me doubt myself. Don't make me think that I've let Mrs. Shakespeare down. Makes me sad. Also, thank you very much, Friendly Ghost. Got many friendly ghosts, or maybe just one extremely friendly one. I still love that your teacher had that name. We've finished scouting the surrounding area. Survey the land your villagers have explored and choose a promising site to construct your town centre. It's important to choose a location that's near the resources you'll need to build a successful settlement. Things like clay, iron ore, and potential food sources. Okay, now, what I will say is you can't pause this screen because you don't have time controls yet. But while I was making sure that the game would run and I could capture it, I may have had the game open for quite some time. Your people can absolutely be attacked by wolves and bears right now. 100%. Bear that in mind, chat. Bear in mind that they are not safe. You need to do that scouting quickly. They're not safe even after the scouting has been done, but they do not be under some false pretense that right now the game is going to be kind to you. A wolf or several wolves could find your people as it is in the middle of the map and decide to go to town. Whether that is intentional or not, I don't know. I kind of hope it stays though. Right, so there are deer there. There's plenty of berries, not in season though. Some herbs over there. Plenty of herbs there as well. Some deer there. There is a shoal of fish. That is a tiny, tiny pond. There's some clay over there. More herbs. Berries. Got some iron ore very close by there. Some sand over here. Is that another... It's another little pond. I'm not sure if we can fish. I'm not sure if the ponds are big enough there. There is a boar. A boar den over there. Okay, more berries, more berries. We've got wolves up in the mountains. I'm not seeing bears. We've got some birds' nests or eggs around here. Some more sand. I think this area is probably the better one. Some sand there because it's close to clay. Some sand. It's got some area which I would be able to develop as farmland. Yeah, I think around here is actually not bad. All things said and done, the iron close by as well. All right, we're gonna found our camp right about Ptonk, right there. Yes, let's place our town centre. Which reminds me of Banished. It's very much the Banished-like, yeah. Right, now you can pause. Hooray! Everyone's unhappy. Also, pay close attention, chat. This is the sort of game where when you give your people better tools, they will carry the better tools. You give them a wicker basket as a backpack, they'll start wearing it. They'll wear the clothes that you give them. The details in this game are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Also, it's gorgeous. Look at that. You can get it right in there. This, by the way, is our wagon. The wagon creaks. It also moves. We can move it where we need it to be. Right, so deer still within range. Fishing down by here. Herbs, berries, some greens over there, leafy greens. Eggs, more herbs, more berries. Iron ore's in range. Clay deposit, greens. Is the sand nearby? No, but it's just up there, I think. Are we naming peeps? I don't know how many peeps you're going to get. Like, I'm fairly certain that an entire colony could get up to very large numbers, but we could. If you want. I don't know. Like, there are ages. Like, all right, so chat, if you happen to know, I welcome this information. You don't need to use a backseat pass for it. But we do have a year cycle, a seasonal cycle, 1 year to the next, to the next, to the next, and it counts the years. Does that line up to the age of the people? Because if it does, then I'm happy to name them. But if this is like Banished, where there is time that affects the seasons, time that affects gathering resources, and then there's time that affects people, and these times do not run parallel. Because if so, I'm fairly certain you'll get notifications of like births and migration, so we would be able to keep up with the fact that there are new people to name. Peep 1, Peep 2, Peep 3. Yes, they age. Not sure if they die of old age, though. You can have upward of 300 colonists, and any names you add will stay in the game for future games. That is amazing. It's like the game keeps the name list for me. That is fantastic. Only name idle workers. Well, since I haven't given them any jobs, they're all idle workers right now. Let's bring this up. Can I see? Is it a good way of bringing up the peeps? Villager professions. What is your profession? Etc. etc. I need to get an inline compressor. I need to get a better mixer in just general. That is on the cards. And once I've got all of that, I'll be able to properly do those quotes instead of like the false shouting, which just doesn't sound right. I'll be able to shout at the mic, and it will make it so that you don't all die. All right, we've already got plenty of naming games. Okay. I'm willing to bet if you named one Belial, you would find a way to kill them and blame everyone but yourself. Well, I mean, to be fair, Belial, I'm fairly certain that in this game, they could legitimately kill themselves by, I don't know, going up and trying to pet the wolf. But all right, we've got a bunch of peeps that need names, so first thing we're going to do, villagers are unhappy. Why is that? Villagers also homeless. That's probably why. Is there a way for me to quickly see? Well, that isn't an easy way for me to see it. I guess I'm going to assume that all people become, well, I don't know. Pop view professions there. Is there an easy way for us to see peeps? This is the thing upon which everything else is based. Because if not, and it's going to make it hard for us. You know, finding the peeps that we need to name. I can zoom in. I guess. And I can rotate between these, I suppose. Can I move these? That's a shame. Oh yeah, I can. Slow though. A lot of ducats just got spent. That's amazing. There's a setting for villager name tags. Okay, well, let's get all of this kind of stuff sorted right at the beginning. General. Occlusion highlight enabled. Highlight villagers that are obscured behind objects. Yes, please. Apply changes. And also interface. That's a lot of things to click on. Rightio. And I guess video maybe. I don't know. We want background FPS to be nice and high. There you go. Running background, yes, please. Everything else is okay. Apply changes. And I mean, audio is where it needs to be. I'm going to increase the audio settings just a little bit. There you go. I don't see any particular thing for it. What's the F1, F2, F3 keys? I'm hitting F1, F2, F3. Ah, thank you. What's F1 and F2 then? Toggle overlays. Ah, toggle widgets. F2, F3, and F4. Right. Ah, okay. That's very much toggle then. Okay, that's showing me. Oh, that's showing me how much is there. I like that. But what's F2? I don't know what I'm turning on or turning off. This is very worrying. All right. Chat controls and settings. That's actually a good call. What is F or 1 and F2? Toggles analytics window. F2 is toggle building widgets. Right. Okay. Well, that's fine. All right then. Well, we need to name all of our peeps. So we're going to do this little bit by little bit. That's quite a laggy thing there. Let's have a look at you. Trumon. You shall be named Vlasso. Yeah. Next up, Jotram shall be named Curious Ek. Ada. Maybe I should put in just a... We're going to add something else to these as well. We'll put in a tilde at the end of the name so that I know that they have been named. That is going to be the easiest way for me to catch all of these. Because otherwise, I'm sure I'm going to end up renaming some that I've named. Kamara. Kirales. Oh, I need to put in the tilde. Mordrin. I mean, I'm fairly certain that I wouldn't recognize a crafty old goat was a renamed character. But some of them sound deceptively like the game could have auto-generated those names. Whooping Falcon. Eriatra. Salfea. Bardara. I am a llama. Let me go. Fine, we'll just keep that capitalization. Genji shall be Aavak. And then we're back to Vlasso. Let me put the tilde in there. And Curious Ek as well. Your names are now in the game. Perfect. Builder-wise, we've got Edkar, who shall be Taluja, and Anala. Berias. Okay. Bilal, or any of the mods, if possible, could you please clear up all the names, all the way down to Barias? Please and indeed, thank you. Okay. All is done. Everyone is named. Now, when they die, we can feel sad. This is great value. Names are forever in Aavak Games of Frontier now. Yes. Your names are forever. Like, when I do a YouTube series on this, your names are going to pop up. They'll gradually intermingle with the patrons, and then you'll create patron Twitch subscriber hybrids. And they will be the best. They will inherit all of the good from both parents, none of the bad. That's how genetics works. I'm sure of it. Okay, Now then, housing shortage. Firewood is low. Well, yes. Yes, these are things that are true. However, we've got... Well, actually, we don't have that much. We've got some food in here. We've got some tools, some weapons, bows, arrows. All right. Let's have a look at chopping down some trees then. Now, one of the things to understand about this game is progress is gated. Right now, we can build nothing because this isn't built. We've got to wait for a town centre. Most things will need the town centre there. Also, maybe I've turned down the sound a little bit too much because I can't hear the... Well, I can hear the music, but I worry that you can't. So let's pump the music back up. Maybe around... Well, actually, you know what? You can just have full ball. Full everything. Let me know how the music is, chat. This music right now is very quiet. It'll probably bump up in a little bit. Can't move. Cat sleeping on me. Rip Lady Sheelab. Dapper rips in chat, please. And thank you very much, Leafy Pew. I'd like for the position of mayor to have a name change to the obviously improved title, Leafy Poo. No. Not happening. If you can change your name on Twitch to Leafy Poo instead of Leafy Pew, then we can talk. Right. Resources like logs or stone must be marked for harvest before labourers will collect them. The harvest menu can be enabled by toggling the harvest button on the bottom right toolbar or by pressing the H key. Once the menu is open, click and drag to select resources for harvest. Hold shift. Now, one thing to be aware, other than lightning, is that the water table, from what I understand, is there a way I can turn on that visualization? There should be somewhere for that. The water table is very much reliant on trees. You take away all of the trees, you remove the anchoring roots that are it's keeping the soil there and retaining the water, and it becomes much more arid. So be aware of that. Don't chop down every tree just because you can. I know, Dapplings, you're going to have to resist the urge, but you're now facing the consequence of your deforesting actions. I know, it's true. Aavak is so busy with setting, he missed bits. What? I missed bits? Oh, Katie Cat, thank you very much for the cheer, yeah. Have you considered cloning yourself to increase video productivate? I had not. I must confess, I'm not aware of what that word means. You've stumbled upon my ignorance, I'm afraid. Hi, Aavak. I found your channel 6 years ago, and a year later adopted my first ferret after finding your ferret videos. My first ferret, Echo, passed away this week. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to hear that, Embisme. Even though it's sad, the joy he brought was in excess. Thanks for the joy you allowed me. You're more than welcome. I feel horrible that you gave such a enormous tip to tell me about that sad news. I'm so sorry, mate. But, you know, I'll focus on the good there. I'm very glad that that Echo brought so much joy to your life. That'll learn me not to read things thoroughly before I start reading them out. People always catch me off guard with the sad messages that way. So then I feel bad because my usual upbeat tone makes reading the first part of their message, which is going in a very dire and somber direction, feel very much out of place, and I feel like I'm being rude. But I'm very glad that Echo was such a joy in your life. And thank you ever so much for the tip, though. There was really no need for you to tip with that. That was very kind of you. They do have short lives, yes. They have short wicks that burn very brightly. Productivity. Aha, yes. Yes, I should try and clone myself for that, yeah. Man, if we had water tables in RimWorld, maybe the pawns would be willing to eat them. Oh. -6, 8 without a table. But yeah, I'm having to prep myself with Tally. Keep thinking that she seems infirm enough that it won't be long, but then she completely exceeds expectations and is just bouncing around. I think it's very confusing with Tally because she's also going blind because of the cataract, so she's a little bit more cautious and bumbly. And I'm misinterpreting that as her being frail, and it's not. It's just her being sensible, considering she can't see her environment particularly well, so she's being cautious around. But then one of her siblings will pounce her, and she'll just be all springs and weasel wall dancing. And then it's like, actually, all is well. This is fine. Right. Now then, we're going to want some trees chopped, so let's go ahead and gather some from over here. You can turn on individual things. Right now I just want trees, so let's go ahead and grab those. And these as well. And allow our peeps out there. My lord. Then with pet rats. Short life, but so very much worth it. Yeah, pet rats, they live to about 2-3 years. Something like that. Is that right? Lightning and thunder is insane, yes. Thankfully, it's not all hitting the same place, so probably no tripod about to erupt out of the ground yet. Plan to have many more ferrets for years to come. I'm fairly certain you showed me pictures of your first couple of ferrets. I seem to recall. If that is incorrect, I do apologize, by the way, but I'm fairly certain I remember you showing me pictures. But many people have sent me pictures of the ferrets. Yes, that was many years ago. There we are. I was fairly certain I had seen. I'm much worse with people names than I am with ferret names, it appears, because I recognize the name. Yeah, I strongly suspect that that could start a fire. Yeah. Hopefully they will get down to building soon. Let's ensure that all of them have gone to be labourers. I wonder why. Surely we've got resources there now. Are you coming back? Because I kind of need the builders to do the build so I can build other things. The tech in this game is gated behind prerequisite buildings in many cases. I actually should move this up there so they can drop off the resources in the cart. Then I can move the cart back. So you'll find that certain things, like for example, I can build hunter cabins and stuff like that, but to build the mill, I'm going to need a saw pit and a town centre tier 2. And there we are. The town centre is constructed. That has given us a little bit more visibility around the place. Right, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and throw down some houses first and foremost. This is the desirability meter. Let me just have a quick look at farmland. That's the greener area. This is... okay, that is over there as well. So this area right here is probably safe for us to build houses in. Let's go ahead and get some houses down. I believe each one of these can home... it doesn't say. Not sure if it's going to be like a whole family or what. But let's go ahead and just plonk down a couple of houses. There's going to be a little gap there no matter what I do. Pop a house over here, then we may end up having to gather that stone. Right, we'll move this along a little bit more. Yeah. Now let's get those houses. We're also going to need some firewood. Let's go to resources. We might want a well. Wells provide clean drinking water, which is consumed by villagers, industry, and is used to put out fires. Wells replenish over time based on groundwater levels. Too many wells in one spot, and a lack of tree cover can cause ground to dry out. I could put the well down there if I really wanted to, but I think having the well about here would be a better move. Let's pop that there. But we're definitely going to want a firewood splitter. Now, the firewood is an industry, so it's going to cause a little bit of a desirability hit. So we don't necessarily want that right next to our homes. Instead, I think I'm going to pop the firewood splitter. We could probably pop it somewhere over here, I guess. We'd have right up against the town center. Maybe up there. The roads in this game are fantastic in that they go squiff automatically. Look at it. Look at that beautiful road. All haphazard in its organic beauty. I don't believe we really need to build roads. I'm going to. But I don't think it's a necessary thing. Also, I'm fairly certain that depending on how you build the roads, I'm pretty sure that the roads in this you can't really control to be like straight lines. You can do it a little bit, but eventually it's going to go squiff. It's going to try and cut a corner. It's going to have to dodge around something, and you're just going to have to live with it. And I like that about it so much, so much. Yeah, the buildings are very much randomized. Oh, and it's berry season. Let's get out there and start harvesting. Berries. And other such wonderful things. Go, go, go. Grab all the berries, please. All of the herbs. Oh, we can't grab the herbs. All of these berries. Go grab them. And while you're doing it, expand out where I can see. I don't know if we can gather those. Right. But there we go. Now, these, kind of like Anno, in Banished, you have to expressly upgrade wooden houses to stone houses. But in this, you upgrade them more like an Anno game. They have to have certain criteria met. So, in this case, it has to be a tier 2 town center. There has to be a basic well. The desirability has to be high enough. They have to have at least 2 different food types and one and a source of herbs, and it'll cost 6 wooden planks. Up in the corner here, I believe, automatic building upgrades enabled. So right now they will upgrade if they meet the requirements automatically. I don't need to worry about that. Bookworm. There's also an auto upgrade toggle in the top right as well. Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Oh, and thank you very much for that confirmation, Bookworm, regarding you can take your time choosing a place to put things down. Anything that happens to the villagers will be undone when it resets. So it's just a visual thing then. Right, gotcha. Because I definitely saw my villagers getting just absolutely mauled by a bear, and I was like, welp, that's a lesson learned. But apparently I was premature with that. Right, we're going to want some food. Now, we will be getting to an amazing, absolutely amazing part of this game shortly. First, I want a fishing shack. Notice the little blue bobbers that show me how many fishing tiles we would have available to us. Oh my lord, that would be amazing if I could put it there. If I could put it there, it would be great. I'd have 17 fishing areas. Sadly, not going to be happening. Is any of this area viable for me? Oh no, might not be. Oh no, I can put something over there. I think slope too steep around here. And oh, we've got one right there. It's only 6 tiles, so it's minus 20. So we kind of want something better than that if we can find it. 6 tiles there. It's not a good spot. 7 tiles, only -10. Can we find one that is at all better? There's not that many fish in here. Fishing productivity is fairly high though, simply because of the shoal of fish, I think. It's 180%. Is it possible at all to get this set up? Gonna need to be flattened. Alpine has very little flat land. Is it a flatten ability? Can you terraform at all? And again, chat, if I ask the question, you're more than welcome to answer it. That's not an issue. There's 7 there and 190 fishing quality. That's probably one of the better ones that we've seen. Oh, flattened terrain. There we go. Okay. Well, how much would be involved in this? Where do I want it to go as well? And do I really want a load of work to be done on something like this? See, that one, if I could get this to line up around here, we would get an awful lot of quality. So this area, these 6 tiles around that bush, that's where I want to flatten. Let's do that. Let's flatten that out if we can. Is the tile clicking bothering anyone else? It sounds like static to me. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Falcon. It wasn't bothering me. It sounded quite low for me. I can always turn the game down if that's bothering you, though. Oh, yeah. We can move the gathering circle. I was already aware of that one. Thank you very much for the backseat passes regarding that. I'm not sure how efficient it is to move the gathering circle very far, though, I will say. That said, maybe what I'll do is build the fishing area, and then I suppose, yeah, I could build it up by the water's edge. In that case, let me get rid of that then, because it wouldn't be very far to go. Also, it appears that Italics has shown he heard that we were going to start fishing and has decided to come and steal all the fish. I am noticing a decided lack of robes compared to the amount of swords in chat. I disapprove of this extremely uneven ratio. We are the first raiders of your village. I actually have not experienced raid. I've had the game for a good couple of days now. I've not actually experienced raiding. I haven't played it very much, to be fair. I've just jumped in and seen how similar it is to Banished in certain areas, and then hopelessly got overwhelmed. Have you actually experienced much with regards to raiding, Italics? We got our first raid earlier, but it took a while. That's probably why then. I think the longest game that I played was probably an hour, and that was because I sat in the main the splash screen from the trying to pick a place in my town center for too long, and then got attacked by wolves. Oh, I see there's loads of ropes now, but it's too late. You've all been stabbed. Oh, man, I invest in robes with Kevlar plating, thermal resistance and everything, and you don't even put them on before you get stabbed by flaming swords. I don't even know why I bother, Raiders. Raiders, you can have the ropes. They're spoils of war at this point. You've earned them. The Dabblings just did not did not appreciate them properly. I hope you will at least make good use of them. Because let's face it, we all know Etal chat. You're probably lopping your own arms off with those flaming swords as often as you're stabbing anyone else. So, you know, I think the robes are probably a good haul for you. You're all sat there with your amazing flaming swords, and then yoke comes on, and the party starts, and all of a sudden heads are rolling off shoulders, arms are falling onto the floor. It's like Mos Eisley's spaceport. Well, hello, it's Alex. I hope you were enjoying the game, mate. I did have a brief glance, and I saw that you had done some very nice road laying. Are you enjoying it? What you've seen of it so far? I need to pop this fishing shack down. You've caught us very early on in our playthrough. Predator sighted. Oh, that's a good sign. Let's pop this down about there. Then run a road all the way down. At some point, I'm going to get an opportunity to not have straight roads, and it's going to be great. This is looking far too organized right now. Right. Predator sighted where? By the way, we are naming all of the people. This is good. It's probably going to be something that bites me in the arse fairly quickly. I didn't do the sensible thing and say, hey, we're only going to name important people like I did in Spellcaster University. We're only going to name the teachers. The students, we're going to have thousands of them through a playthrough. We're just going to name the teachers. No, we're naming everyone. On the plus side, apparently, once you've renamed someone, that name sticks in the game. The game keeps an internal name list. And once a name has appeared once you've renamed something once, it will be in the name pool to be drawn from that point on. In any other games that you play of this, not just in the same game. Apparently, it's now persistent across all games of this you play. So, Etal chat might hate me for this, but Italis, you might want to increase the price because they're getting added value out of this, and it would be horrible for them to get added value without, you know, actually having to pay for it. Only a few UI and quality of life things that I really wanted to change, and some rearranging of the tiers and unlocks. Yeah, some of the unlocks feel a little bit. They feel quite gamey. I haven't looked at them all, but I've sort of seen through a couple of the tiers and imagined how that was all going to play out. Really, are we also being attacked by a bear, or is it just the wolf? Please kill it before. There we go. Marvelous. Who's getting... I am a llama was being attacked by a wolf. Seems legit, actually. If I was a wolf, I would totally go for a llama too. Alright. In terms of other things, we're going to want a forager's shack. Now, the nice thing about this is if you... More people await to join your settlement. Amass a 4-month supply of food and 6 houses. Okay, well, let's pause it there for a second. So, as you move the forager shack around, at least while you're placing it, you can see all the sort of things and in what kind of quantity they're going to gather them. Which is pretty neat, in my opinion. Is it better over there or better over here? Definitely better over here. We'll also get some greens over here, apparently. Greens there. Yeah, we can pop a little forager's shack here, I suppose. Well, let's find the spot. I kind of want them out of the way, up in the forest a little bit. Let's pop them about there. Now, I'm not sure if you can, like, when you've placed a building, whether it'll give you the same overlay as to what you collect as you're moving around the collection zone. Also, can I move that ahead of time? Doesn't look like I can, but that's fine. In terms of hunting, you need somewhere that's actually going to have wildlife to hunt. So our hunter's lodge, as much as I should probably try and keep them together. Oh, well, you know what, maybe I should. Maybe I could have the hunter's lodge and the forager's shack over here together. There's also the possibility that I could just have two. But if I pop this down there, and then pop the hunter's cabin over here, they'll be able to hunt deer at the very least. What is that? Is a trapping. That is a bear trap, right? That's not. They're not going. My hunters aren't going to be gathering clams, are they? No, that wouldn't make any sense all the way over here. But I guess they can just lay their own traps.